calculator. First thing I need you to go to is mode. And since everybody's calculator is a little bit different, there is one row that says function, FUNC, PAR, POL, all that. The POL is polar, and we're graphing polar. So I need you to change to polar. Okay, mode, you should have polar highlighted. Do you? Okay, now go to format. Format is on the row right below your screen, that very top row. It's a second function. I need you to go to format. I think it's the first one, but it may not be. You see it has rectangular GC or polar GC. We want polar GC. All right? When it's highlighted, then go to window.
Where do you find the rectangular GC?
Format. See the top one?
Yeah. It's already highlighted.
But you want polar. Everybody on polar? Go to window. Now, when you're at window, does it say theta minimum? On your window. Does it say polar minimum? Or, I'm sorry, theta minimum?
Yes.
Okay. What we need to do, you're not there?
I'm not caught up with the class. Did you do the second format? Yeah.
Okay, go window. And it says theta minimum. Right there?
Right about.
We're just not used to saying it. Yeah, don't worry.
I really did not. You got it.
You were with us all along.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to graph one rotation. Now, what I forgot to tell you when you were in mode, so go back to mode and make sure you're in degree. Because we're going to graph all this in degree. How much is one rotation? No, not in degrees.
360.
360. So we're going to graph theta minimum to be 0, theta maximum 360. All right? That means one way all the way around. Yes? Now, your theta step. You can pick your theta step. And theta step means every how many degrees do you want it to plot a point?
What would you recommend?
Well, okay, if you put 1, that means it's going to plot 360 points and it's going to take a while to graph it. If you go too big, it doesn't plot enough points and you can't see the picture. So that is something you have to watch. I generally do 5. Then your X minimum and X maximum, Y minimum and Y maximum do negative 10 to 10. Now that your calculator is set up,
What's her X scale be? 1?
yes. I really would like to graph this will work.
Oh, and it says R.
When you go to Y equals, it now says R, because everything we graph is now in terms of R. What I would like you to graph is R equals 3 sine of 2 theta. Okay? Theta is, do you remember the button you picked for X? It also has a theta on it.
It's 3. I'll put 3.
No, do the one right next to your alpha button. Right next to your alpha button.
Oh.
What?
Where else to find alpha 3?
I don't know. Alpha 3, oh.
Oh. That's weird.
But just use the one next to your alpha button. It's easy to get to. Okay? Once you've done that, push graph.
That is.
That was so cool.
It really is.
By the way, that is a rose.
Wow.
Well,
The 4-petal rose.
Can we just call it a butterfly?
if you prefer, I guess. Now, the question is, how do I get it from the calculator to paper?
Oh.
Second, or trace.
Trace. And we want to know,
Not there.
remember when we graphed, we always graphed theta first and then r, didn't we? So what is my first point? I need to mark this a little bit, don't I? This was a 0, 45. Each point we said was 15, didn't we? Okay? You all going to help me?
Yes.
0, 0.
0, 0. Well, that's easy. All right. Now what?
At R1.
Now, wait a minute. You can type, when you push, once you've traced, you can put in theta. So let's try like every 30 degrees. Will that work?
I did 15.
Wait, how do we do that? So 30 is 2.5.
Oh. Yeah.
2.6.
15.
Okay, what's 45 do? Oh, it looks good, doesn't it?
I like that.
So you kind of have to figure out where, just like we did with the other graphs, where a point is. So I have a point at 45 degrees 3, don't I? You agree? What?
I don't know if my calculator's working. It won't let me enter anything. So I hit trace. I'll try and enter say data. And she goes to.
Turn your plots up there off.
How do you turn it?
If you arrow up there and just hit enter, and go to the next one. And now go back to your graph. See if it'll work. Yeah. We're on now. Okay. So 45 degrees, what would we plot after 45 degrees?
Negative?
How about 90 degrees?
Yeah.
What was it? What is that?
0.
So I think it did this, didn't it? Do you see that? Okay. What would be next? 135? And what is that?
Negative 3.
Wait, what is it?
Negative.
Negative 3. So it goes this way, doesn't it? So I believe the graph does this now, doesn't it? Are you with me? So what would be next that we did checked? 180, I think, was 0. I assumed it was. What's about 225? 3. 1, 2. So it's here. And what is 270?
0.
So it does this, doesn't it? Right? I'm missing a pedal. I haven't done 315. That's how it works. You like this?
So if you know one puddle, can you just like
Well, sometimes, but sometimes, this one was very symmetric. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they'll be turned just a little bit. Let's graph this one. 1 plus 4 cosine theta.
Wait, what is it?
1 plus 4 cosine theta.
It's a whoop-de-doo.
All of my classes, I can't have walk into a class that's going like, oh my, what would you do?
See, so that one's going to be different to graph, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to graph it? Or you think you can? Let's do it, okay? Do you want to do it every how many degrees? 15 is a lot.
60.
Well,
we just do 30?
we did 45.
And so 15 is not a lot.
3 times as many. Let's do,
It's a lot of
okay,
points.
okay, first, I'm not going to do it. You give me the points. What's the first one? We always start with 0. What is it? 0, 5?
5-0.
Theta is 0.
Oh, okay.
And R is 5.
Once that's started.
Okay. Starts out there. I'm going to tell you 15 is hard. It's easier to do 30, 60, 90, or 45, 90. What?
3, 6, so like theta is 60 and R is 3.
So it's here.
30, yes.
What was 30?
30 just something back means like 4.46.
Oh, it's okay. It was there. What was 90?
1.
Are you all agreeing with her?
Yes.
Okay. What would be next? 120?
Negative 1. 120. Oh.
Okay. Then what would be next? 150? What's 150?
Negative 2.46. 180 is negative 3.
Right there? Do you see we're forming, and you have to be careful, because remember, you have to trace them the order they graphed them. So far, I've done this, haven't I? You have to connect them the order they were given to you. Where are we now? 210?
Negative 2.46.
240?
Negative 1.
270?
How do you know where to get these angles?
Are you just going by 30?
Each one of these marks is 15. So if this is 180, this is 210.
She's just got all of their degree.
Well, isn't this 210? And so I went other negative? Where am I now?
Or 270.
We did 2, and 270 is this one, isn't it?
270 is 1.
270 is 1.
Yeah. 90 was 1. So it's symmetrical.
Okay. But now I've done this, haven't I? See? Because they have to be connected in the order they're given. What's after 270? 300? 300 is this line. So now I'm to here, right? You agree? What's left? 330?
And it's 4.46. 4.5.
here, and then at 360, I should be back, shouldn't I? So there's what it looks like. Does that make sense?
So did you just go like every 30 degrees?
Yeah, she just went very crazy.
Usually. Now, the last one, 30 degrees didn't work well. But when we went to 45, it made it pretty. Okay, now, you all have this graphed on your calculator. I want you to go back to your window. I want you to go to your theta step. Where's my microphone?
Oh no. Sorry.